Hello, students. Today, our spelling list is full of contractions. Here's the word contraction, 3 syllables, contraction. So when we contract something, we make it smaller. And when we have contractions in language, we're taking 2 words and making them in a smaller form. We do that by leaving out some letters. And when we leave out the letters, we put an apostrophe in its place. Now, an apostrophe looks like a comma, except that it hangs in the air. So every time we've left out letters, we've put in an apostrophe. So let's read these contractions together. I'm, it stands for I am. I am going to the store. I'm going to the store. It's, it is. It is a pretty day. It's a pretty day. Can't stands for cannot. I cannot go today. I can't go today. Didn't stands for did not. I did not like that meal. I didn't like that meal. Don't stands for do not. Do not do that. Don't do that. He's is he is. He's coming to my house. He is coming to my house. She's is she is. She is late for school. She's late for school. Wasn't is for was not. I was not able to see that movie. I wasn't able. Won't is will not. I will not be able to. I won't be able to. And then haven't is have not. I have not finished my work. I haven't finished my work. So these contractions are very common in our speech. We don't often use them in our writing unless we are making quotations, writing dialogue or something. So in the old days, they didn't speak with contractions. They spoke very properly, like I am going to tea. Let us go to the parlor. Let's go to the parlor. So some of you are now organizing your spelling words by similar spelling patterns, and that's really how I recommend that you study your spelling words. It'll help you remember them. The first contraction, I'm, stands for I am, and I can leave out that A, put an apostrophe in its place, and then the M, I'm. Now, when we have an apostrophe S, that can show a possessive form, like this is Mike's bike. Or we can have an apostrophe S for contraction for is. Those are the only 2 times we have apostrophe S. So make sure when you have a plural, just like there are 3 bikes at my house, that you don't put that apostrophe. So sometimes when you're not sure, you just think, oh, I'll put in an apostrophe. I don't recommend that. Make sure you know the reason before you put an apostrophe. So let's look at all of the is, okay? So when we write a contraction with is, we're gonna leave out the I and put the apostrophe in its place. So we have it's, it is. I'm going to leave out the I, put the apostrophe in its place, and I have the word it's. It's a great day. He's. He is. He is my friend. I'm going to take out that I, put in the apostrophe, and put the S. He's. She is. She is. Same thing. I'm going to leave out the I, stick the apostrophe there, and put the S. She's in my same class. So those are the 3 words that have a contraction for is. Let's see what else we have. We use a contraction for not a whole lot. That's very common. So not. And what we usually do is just leave out that O and put an apostrophe in its place. Okay, but that's not what we always do. So let's look at our words. So we have the word didn't. So we have did not, and we take out the O and write didn't. Now, if you tried to spell that just by the sounds, it would be pretty tough. You have to remember the rule. We're leaving out the O and adding the apostrophe in its place. Didn't. Wasn't. That one's not so hard. Was not. She wasn't here. These are all negatives, aren't they? Because they have the not word. So wasn't. Wasn't. Be hard to do that with just your phonics. You've got to remember the rule. Haven't. That one's not so hard. Haven't. Have not. Haven't. I haven't seen that movie yet, but I want to. I put my N apostrophe T. Haven't. Now, the next two are pretty tricky. It is won't and don't. Now, I do not know how they came up with won't and don't, but they are similar, so we can remember them. I'm going to take these off the board, and I'm going to put won't. Well, if I studied it and looked at the history, I could figure out why they did that word that way, but I'm not. It stands for will not. And what I can tell you about that is we use that a lot. I won't go. Won't. Won't. Don't rhymes with won't. And it's a little bit easier because it stands for do not. And so you can see we have the word do, and we left out the O for don't. But you can't say do'n't like you say haven't. We don't say do'n't or willn't. We say won't and don't. So that's a little bit tricky. I think I forgot to do can't. Now, can't stands for cannot. Cannot is all one word. It's a compound word, two words put together. But instead of doing that N twice, we leave out an N and an O and put the T there. So sometimes for contractions, we leave out more than one letter. So I think I have them all. Let's look again. I'm, it's, can't, didn't, don't, he's, she's, wasn't, won't, and haven't. So when you study your spelling words, group them in a way so that the patterns are the same. Okay, I'll see you next time.